If you want to see how I achieve this look, stay tuned. I did my brows off camera, so I'm just going to go ahead and clean them up, and I've already moisturized and put on my sunscreen. So now I'm going in with my e.l.f. putty primer, just making sure I get that all over my face. Clean up my brows here using my Too Faced Mahogany in the shade Mahogany, Too Faced concealer in the shade Mahogany, and I'm going to go ahead and use the other side of the brush for my foundation and just go ahead and put it all over my face. I do put it on my hand first, just to get that smooth application, and then I go ahead and put it all over my face with a beauty blender, and I'm going in with the Jackie Aina palette. I'm gonna start with the transition color of Edges, followed with Credit in my crease. So I like to put my color in by stamping it, just pushing the color into my skin, and then followed by swiping the color, and then I follow that with small circles just to make sure, you know, nothing is patchy. It's fully blended out and it's going from one side of the eye to the other, right? So here I am stamping the color in. I did this about 3 times, stamping in and making sure I go all the way to the corner of my eye. And then I'm swiping that color from side to side, followed by small circles. So doing this is going to provide just the maximum coverage while keeping it looking seamless. On my lid, I'm going to follow that up with Pinker from her palette. And over that, I'm going to put Wigglies. Hopefully I'm saying that right, but I used just one palette with this whole look. I'm going to go in with the Yummy Lashes, and then, so this is where I made a few mistakes. So I put on my concealer. I did spray it with setting spray, let it sit for a little bit. And then here I'm blending out my concealer. So the number one mistake I did was I put my bottom mascara on, which is usually not a good thing before concealer, just because now you have to be a little bit just more careful how you apply your concealer. And then the second mistake is where I did not tap out my powder before applying it to my face. As you can see there, it's very uneven. And then the third mistake I made was I didn't do this before I started applying my powder over my concealer to set it, and the nose as well. So I made a few mistakes, but I was still able to recover from it. So here I am, you know, going ahead and putting concealer on the bridge of my nose and a little bit on my forehead. I feel like I have a big forehead, so I try not to brighten it too much. I usually contour a lot just to kind of, you know, make my forehead look a little smaller. So here I am just making sure I, you know, press that into my skin, go ahead and blend that all out. You know, you have to get up close and personal to make sure, you know, again, because I messed up, I have to be a lot more careful. So this should have been done before I put on my powder. And I usually don't bake because I have a little bit on the drier side. My skin is on the drier side, not always, but my T-zone isn't as dry, but I do tend to not bake. But in this situation where I've just messed up so many times, I just kind of wanted to keep going as quickly as possible, get that powder on there, and then here I am just brushing it off with a clean brush, and I go over my under eye with a brightening pressed powder. So I either use the Sephora or I use the MAC Mineral Skin Finish in Dark Deep, And here I am putting my Kat Von D powder all over my face, followed with, I'm using a Revolution palette that has a contour, blush, and highlighter. I love this for when I travel. So I just pulled this out today, and I'm using the contour in that palette, followed with, I'm going to use the highlighter in that palette, but I am going to use a different blush than the blush that's in that palette, because I am going for, I guess, a pink look today. Just a very soft glam, you know, pink and pretty look is kind of what I was going for here. Make sure you chisel that chin out. Do not forget the chin. Okay, get that. Makes a difference. And here I am just making sure, you know, the powder blends nice with the contour, and I am contouring my nose here. Add my blush. Like I said, I'm going for a very pink look today. So the blush that I used was an NYX blush. And then I'm going to put a little bit of highlighter over that just to, diffuse it a little bit more so I'm not looking too clownish, right? So I put the highlighter right over the blush at the height of my cheekbones. And I like to put a little bit above my brows because I just want to glow. You just want to glow everywhere. And then we're going to put it on the nose as well because that's what we do. we glow everywhere. And then I use the same highlighter to put in my crease. So as you can see, I already put that off camera, but I used the highlighter to put a little bit of color in my crease, and here I am with the finished look. So I used a pink lipstick with a dark brown Beauty Supply Store lip liner and a Beauty Supply Store gloss on top of it as well. So the hair is from PH Hair, and it is our Indonesian, natural Indonesian, that was made into a wig by myself. So here is the finished look. I hope you love it. And let me know if you want to see any other looks in the comments below, or if you have any suggestions. I would love to hear what your thoughts were about this video, and thanks for watching.